Coming up, it's Live with Regis and Kathie Lee. Today, she's done it all. Singing and dancing her way from Broadway to the big screen, Bernadette Peters is here to sing us something from her brand new CD. And life's a party for
He's performing on stage, screen, on TV. First Passion will always be singing.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, her new CD is called I'll Be Your Baby Tonight.
And
Here's
she will.
the great Bernadette Peters.
What did you say?
So nice to see you.
Oh, I'm so happy to see you. Great to see you.
Yes, have a seat.
Oh, funny.
There's always been something ethereal, you know, and slightly mysterious about Bernadette Peters. You know what I mean?
Bernadette Peters is the world's greatest walking advertisement for getting in the sun in your life. In fact, I want to thank you very much because you turned down Carnival Cruise Lines because you couldn't get in the sun.
Oh, go on.
13 years later, I want to thank you very much because I go in the sun anytime.
I mean, she wants to thank you very much.
Yes,
That was a mistake, wasn't it? My God.
No, but look at your skin.
Yeah,
My gosh, you're like it's a baby's bottom.
Well, you're beautiful, so it hasn't hurt you any.
Excuse me, I got to scratch myself. But so much going on in your life.
Can
Not
you believe
only
it?
your big new CD,
Yes.
I'll Be Your Baby Tonight.
Yes.
Handpicked these songs, but
Yes.
we got married.
You did?
No, you did. You did.
I did, yes.
First
And
marriage.
Bernadette, first time, you came close, I guess, a couple of times, huh?
I came close, but something told me not to go all the way, and that was
Good
good.
girl.
Yes, that was good. And then when I was so centered on my wedding day. You just kind of, when it's, and that was it. I was looking around and enjoying it and
Got
listening
some
to
pictures right here.
Oh, yes.
Here
You got
are,
married at Mary
checking
Tyler
yourself
Moore's
out.
house, right?
What are you
Yes.
doing there, Bernadette?
I'm looking. I was putting something in there for good luck.
Yours or his?
Anything I know?
And this is my sister, who is my maid of honor, and my friend and assistant, Patty Cicenti.
So it was a
Sister
big wedding, a big old-fashioned
A
wedding.
lot of family. My
There's
father said, well,
Michael.
you have to, if you invite cousin so-and-so, you have to invite
and it just
cousin
grew and
Ninny.
grew and grew.
It grew and grew.
And of course, this guy was invited.
Yes, my husband, Michael, and his brother, Eric, the best man. They're getting ready.
You've known him for a long time, about 3.5 years, so this wasn't
Yes.
a jump in the car and run to Vegas type of thing, was
No, not really.
Now, did you meet when he basically moved in next door?
Well, what happened was he moved in next door, but I was standing in front of the building next door. I was standing in front of my building, waiting for a date to come pick me up, and Michael walked by in a tuxedo, and he said, "Are you ready to go?"
Whoa! That line, yes.
That's class. And you said?
I kind of thought, am I supposed to go with him? And then we were talking for a while, and the button fell off his tuxedo, and I said, very heartily, because I was safe, I said, well, I'd sew it on for you, but I don't have a needle and a thread.
Dynamite!
Oh, this is good.
This guy's in over his head.
So he said, would you really? And I said, well, yeah. So he went across the street to a tailor and threw down $20 and said, I'm taking the needle and a thread.
This is dynamite.
And I sewed his button on.
Where was your date while all this was going on? He must have really been late, huh?
He was, yeah.
See what
He was
happened?
on his way.
Too
He
late.
was on his way, yeah. And so then he left, and then I would run into him in the neighborhood, and then it was not till 2.5 years later that I went out with him on the first date.
Gee, after that sensational beginning.
But I kept the button, and that night when I came home, he had the button in an envelope. It had fallen off, but he pulled it off, he told me.
Again? You on, didn't you?
Well, I don't sew that well, you know.
She's a Broadway performer, all right?
You know.
We don't do any stinking sewing here.
Luckily, it fell off, and he put his number and his name in there, but I still didn't call him.
Oh.
I called them the day I was leaving town to go somewhere.
How do you like
Because that's safe.
2.5 years later.
Yeah, that is so romantic.
That's great.
It is,
Let's just
isn't
run
it?
through
So
the rest
Bob
of these
Mackie
pictures.
did your dress, right?
Yeah,
And-
and the wedding was at my friend Mary Tyler Moore's house, and there's Mary with our dog Regis, who was in the wedding, Clara, and there's Eric.
Hey, but what's funny is that all of your relatives and friends wanted to take pictures with Mary.
Oh, she was darling. She was
She is so
she was
sweet.
so beautiful and took pictures. She took pictures with everybody, and she was happy.
They're all
that
going,
day.
Mayor! Yeah. Right, because they all feel like they know her.
Yeah, that's right.
And
We're
here you
good
are with-
friends.
is this
With
your-
my father,
dad?
yes, getting ready to come down the
Had
aisle.
they given up hope that you were going to find the right guy, Bernadette?
I never asked them those questions in detail.
Smart. See, that's where I make my mistake. I ask my mother too many things.
Yeah.
How beautiful you look.
And that's the look it looks like I'm going to get candy from him, doesn't it? It's like
And you just might.
This guy thinks she's going to be sewing buttons on his pants for the rest of his life. Forget it.
Gosh.
And here's the cake, and we're cutting a little cake.
And there's the cake, and he's teaching me how to use a knife since I don't know how to even boil water, so that's it.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
He's not in the business.
Oh,
He's an investment banker, yeah.
Bernadette, yes.
And that's the Justice of the Peace, Neil Blindeman, and my sister. There's her
No,
little
Neil.
face. Yes, Neil. I wanted to thank you.
And now it's all formal.
So now
Okay.
it's a month later, huh?
Yeah.
And they said it would never last.
It's working.
It's working.
Be right back.
Bernadette. Reach.
Lady
Do you
just
mind,
gave me a little afterbite. The
The
itch
itch eraser.
Yes, thank you. I'm going to try that.
Sorry, Bernadette.
Okay, Bernadette, here we go. Is this the first time you performed on TV?
It is actually.
Oh, terrific.
Isn't that
We're
exciting?
flattered. Performing No One Is Alone from her new CD, Bernadette Peters. And on piano, Marvin Laird.
No one here to guide you. Now you're on your own. Only me beside you. Still you're not alone. No one is alone. Truly, no one is alone. People make mistakes. Fathers, mothers, people make mistakes. Holding to their own. Thinking they're alone. Honor their mistakes. Everybody makes one another's terrible mistakes. Witches can be right. Giants can be good. You decide what's right. You decide what's good. Just remember, someone is on your side. Someone else is not. While you're seeing your side, maybe you forgot. They are not alone. No one is alone. Hard to see the light now. Just don't let it go.